If you guys have ever heard of Fermi's paradox, it's an interesting thought exercise, asking if there's really aliens, where the are all of them? We should be able to observe all of these intergalactic alien species. But in your rush to change the planet for my betterment, man, while we're smoking a joint and a doob underneath our hippie trees, and we're all having orgies, and everyone can be and whatever the it is that this guy wants to reform the planet into. There's one theory that comes up with Fermi's paradox, which is really fun. It's a fun theory. It's called dark forest theory. Let me explain dark forest theory to you. The theory is that you're in a dark forest, or an animal is in a dark forest. It wants to be really quiet because there's things in that forest which can hone in on the sound, scary things, and will rip that animal limb from limb. And they just sit there and they listen. These animals listen. And the reason they do that, they rip these other animals to pieces the second they hear them, is because they assume that every animal that's there will do the same thing to them. And so dark forest theory says, well, if you send out all these signals out there into outer space to look for aliens, what if it's the case that these aliens are super predatory because they think that any other species which can become spacefaring is a threat to them? And so they listen for your stupid ass to send out signals trying to contact them, and they send an entire armada to blow your planet to pieces because they don't want their dominance or their species to in any way be threatened. Purely pragmatic approach. No reason for us to assume that that's not the case, by the way. No reason at all. In these people's kind of rush, I wonder, to make the world a better place, wouldn't part of that be the reach out to the cosmos to share this message of the peaceful people group who can't wait to bring the benevolent aliens down and show them just how peaceful and great we really are? And through those good intentions, actually assuring the demise of humanity. It's like that old saying, the path to destruction is paved in good intentions. And they just never think about that, ever. Except aliens don't exist? I don't think they do. I'm just pointing out this idea that if it was the case that they did, it would be people like these secular humanists who would just make these kind of assumptions that, well, it would be built into highly educated alien species to be very peaceful. And it's like, not really. It could be built into them to just eliminate you on sight. The second they hear you in the dark forest, they just eliminate you. It could just be that. Never think about the complexities that are really involved with this stuff.
We do not know what it will take to nurture humanity on this incredibly important journey, but it is possible we may very well need every single one of us working together for the benefit of all in order to survive. The simple fact is that secular humanism seeks to have a flourishing, happy societies where all people are treated well, while Christianity wants to force society to its benefit, to its particular dogma, while marginalizing, persecuting, and even exterminating those that do not believe.
I assure you that this entire debate is going to reduce to why Christians mean to people. Guarantee it.
That should tell you everything you need to know about which is better for society in general.
It doesn't.
Thank you.
But I mean, it doesn't, and I still don't know what secular humanism is. I still don't actually know. I know why you think Christianity bad, because Christians kill people in order to enforce their dominance. Okay, got it. So Christianity bad. Still don't know about secular humanism, though. There's at least a couple of movies that use the initiating act of an alien invasion as countries sending out signals into the ether. Also, what would you think if we found out they did exist? I think we would have some serious problems that we would have to reconcile with various faiths, that's for sure. Thanks, Jim Bob, for the raid. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Lovely. Thank you so much, Mark. And for all of the viewers, don't forget, we're going to get through this debate with the open dialogue. Then we will do closing statements. We will read and respond.
I see all of you R's on the R side. Where's my money? Huh? Over on the why don't you pay attention to the R chat? Where's my casholes, you? All right, the book and show Three Body Problem is built on that premise. Kami sends the aliens here accidentally. Also, secular humanism, big dumb. Yeah, well, I'm just pointing out a very popularized theory called the dark forest theory, which I thought was interesting. It's not to relay that any of that is true, just to relay how easy it would be for you in the path of human flourishing to completely exterminate the entirety of humanity. Mark from MDD, this guy's easily triggered. Not one step back. This will be another slaughter.
On to your kind super chats that come in. And then, of course, per usual, we will go into open panel dumpster
Your money's in my wallet. That's pretty funny.
fire. So if you do have something to add to this conversation, hang tight. And towards the end, we will drop the link, and you're welcome to come on stage and, I don't know, bite back.
I'm about to Stewie Griffin the R chat. About to Stewie Griffin him. Where's my money, man? Don't make a fool out of me, man. Don't make a fool out of me. Where's my money, man? As an Anabaptist, my ancestors were the OGs of going against the Roman Catholic Church. We're supposed to be pacifist. I aspire to fight like you more. Is that pacifism? Batman says, we're broke, MFer.
I guess.
Right here, you filthy. Well, see, now I'll pay more attention to that chat.
Gentlemen, I leave the floor open to you.
Awesome.
Do
I
you
have
wanna
a couple.
start us off?
Sure,
Sure.
thank you. So basically, I asked a question about prescriptions. Do you deny the Humanist Manifesto, or do you agree with it?
So this is okay. I wasn't prepared for this. This actually just got kind of interesting. I expected all of Mark Reed's stupid arguments, but this has now piqued my attention. Yeah, piqued my attention. I'm curious where he's going to go with this. That's like a very strange chess opening in a debate. Andrew, do you even care about us R's on the R side? Of course I care about you. Look at me. Would I lie? I love you guys. Especially Stuart Baby, who sent me $50 on the R side, who said, you happy now? I'm happier. Otis Driftwood says, yeah, Batman is broke. Shit. Well, this is an interesting opening here. And it makes me think that Wi-Fi Gospel is essentially trying to get him to make a committal. He's trying to make sure that he's making this guy commit to the actual position. So he opens with, do you actually believe the Humanist Manifesto? So I wonder what is he trying to get him to commit to, I wonder.
No, I agree with it. Sure.
Cool.
I agree with it, sure.
So I just have a couple questions then based on the scenarios I gave, the two scenarios. The first
sure,
one,
yeah.
yeah. So I'm sure we both agree that society should be safer, healthier, and more prosperous, right?
Mhm.
And we
Yeah,
use
so
data. Okay.
well, you brought up like what would stop humanists, like what in the Humanist Manifesto.
Oh, God. Really? He's going to be another Craig? Is he just going to filibuster Wi-Fi Gospel the entire... They do this. So you'll ask them a question. You just want a quick answer so that you can get through it and make sure that you're on the same page or that their logic is consistent. And they'll take 8 minutes. They'll take like 8 minutes to tell you about that you already know. And you're like, why are you... shut up so I can get through the line of questioning. Like, it's the biggest stonewalling from the secular humanists is just to bloviate for hours. Stuart, thank you for the 5 gifted Crucible memberships. What would be the cultural dynamics between the... Shut up, bro. Shut up. Stop it. Stop it. For 27 Canadian, Mark from MDD, this guy's easily... Oh, sorry, I already read that. My bad.
Manifesto would stop this. In the Humanist Manifesto, it talks a lot about the dignity of people and freedom, basically, liberty in order to enjoy our lives.
That's nice. Who cares?
So I don't know like what you understand about the Humanist Manifesto, but I don't see how you could enslave people or do any of the things that you're talking about and still have dignity and freedom to live your life.
Well, basically, you said it's based on utilitarianism. So if
Well,
this,
yes.
so if the util was that society was thriving, that everybody was thriving, then their freedoms, we could stomp on a little bit of freedom for that, right?
What's the utility?
Wi-Fi Gospel made a mistake here, unfortunately. So he had the line of inquiry with the open, and he allowed Mark Reed to successfully navigate it somewhere else when it was clear that Wi-Fi Gospel wanted to go down a different logical line to make some determinations first. Stop being so nice, Wi-Fi Gospel. You know, if you're not going to chain the kid in the room, then at least chain the atheist in the room. Not very pacifist, hard to make a point with a 150 characters, but I believe Christians need to start putting up a better fight against this. I agree. Totally agree. Invisible Man, dude, I can't read that, bro. Brandon says, look, YouTube may be more financially secure for Andrew, but those YouTubers ain't got shit on us, ours, right, guys? No, they do. The YouTube chat still has smarter people than the R side. You guys over on the R side are really stupid. Not all of you. It's like this. On average, the YouTube chat has smarter people. But out of the smart people in the R chat, it has the most. The people who are smart over there are the smartest. But the people who are dumb over there are the dumbest.
So if, let's see here. If we could imagine that data showed that a certain group, based on region, income, or intelligence,
Yeah, I asked
constantly
a question.
Oh wait, I thought you were saying.
Do you
what
know what the
utility
utility is? Yeah.
In utilitarianism?
Well, utilitarianism doesn't tell you what utility they're using. It's just that they
Right.
prioritize a utility. So I'm asking if you know what utility secular humanists are prioritizing.
The overall well-being of human society.
No.
You could Wi-Fi when somebody asks you a question like that. You concede to have them give you the answer, and it costs you nothing. You could have just been like, no, maybe I missed that. What is the actual utility that you guys are striving towards? Then he is pinned on that. It's cost you nothing. So just something to remember in the future, my friend.
What would it be then?
It would be human well-being. So you could change.
What? Whoa! Wait a second. Wait, just a darn minute here.
That data showed that a certain group, based on region, income, or intelligence,
I asked a question.
Oh wait, I thought you were saying.
Do you know what the utility is? Yeah.
In utilitarianism?
Well, utilitarianism doesn't tell you what utility they're using. It's just that they prioritize a utility. So
yes, utilitarianism does, in fact, dumb read, tell you what they're prioritizing. It does. It does. That's what utilitarianism is. It's how you measure utils through the hedonic calculator. It's the only way it can be done. It does tell you what you're supposed to prioritize. You have bastardized utilitarianism to prioritize something else that you then consider utility. But that doesn't do it. It doesn't matter what you prioritize. It has the same holes.
I'm asking if you know what utility secular humanists are prioritizing.
The overall well-being of human society.
The overall well-being of human society. Okay.
No.
What would it be then?
It would be human well-being.
What?
So yeah, you could chain up people and basically, do all of this stuff to make the society flourish, but people would not be well. And as I put it in my introduction, there's got to be a balance between people being having their well-being seen to, and people, the society having its well-being. So
What? Wait, what? What the
no.
What would it be then?
It would be human well-being. So yeah, you could chain up people and basically, do all of this stuff to make the society flourish, but people would not be well. And as I put it in my introduction, there's got to be a balance between people being having their well-being seen to, and people, the society having its well-being. So
How do you say the way that in his opening he said the metric that we use to determine if people are happy and their well-being is being seen to is by using empirical data based on their answers of how well they feel. So if it's the case that a society chains people up and it makes them feel real good, how 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 could you say that that's not a well society? I don't get that. That makes no sense.